morning I was way over. Crank it up.
Alright guys, well, we just made a lick.
Time for me to take it over. He sucks at driving. That 002 on that light, I'd have went triple O. It'd have been done.
Let's look at this. Let's see this. Oh, I can't see it. Hold that, hold that, hold that. Hold this, look, right here, watch this. Look, we'll show y'all this much of it. 008 on the tree, 113 to the 60 foot.
Well, you just showed your old slippery.
I don't. The weak one knocked out the way.
I done went triple. I went triple O's on the light.
I went 008. Hey, that was a good hit. It felt good to finally be able to work on the tree. I knew when I seen a flash, I said, it's over.
Oh, no, I watched it. I watched it spin the tires. I knew instantly everything.
Good pass. Good.
It looked good. That's what I told you.
Get the laptop. Let's start. Let's get the laptop. Plug it up.
I didn't know the
Get fuel in it.
was that good, though. Hold it. It ain't got no horn, bro. It ain't a street car.
Street car. Got no horn.
So as I'm sitting here patiently waiting, the car cuts off, it loses fuel pressure. So I'm here trying to crank the car, panicking inside. And finally we get it to start up right as he's pre-state and fire it up and see the smoke come back out the back of the car.
On that one pretty bad. You look right here, I usually bump in when it's making about 10 pounds of boost. So I come in here and it's making. So let's do, well, no, I don't want to set that at 0 yet. But I come in here, it flashes, it pulls the converter down. About right here, it takes off. This is usually where I start trying to bump in. While I'm sitting there, I bump in. It's making 18, 20, 22. I looked down at this point, I seen it make 22. I said, oh God, it's making too much boost. And he hadn't bumped in yet. So I back out of it a little bit. I let off the gas. It's still holding the boost there, the TPS. When I let go of it, it just fell on its face. Right here. It went, the converter coupled on it. It went raw. And it just fell down. They pulled the RPM. Let me go back to the RPM, you can see. It flashed, and then it pulled RPM down. It was just struggling. So, we went out there 80, 100, best we can do. Shifted, got run by a little bit. Had a good time. It is what it is. Made a little bit less boost on that one out the back. But like I said, it only went a 125, 60 foot. When I let go of it, like I said, it just crawled out of the hole. But I wasn't full throttle yet neither. I was only 80% throttle on it. So it is what it is. Don't be that guy. Ride with us.
Alright, so it's the next day. I went and dropped the car off at the garage. Got a little oil leak. I got to check out on it and stuff like that. Car really should have took them last 2 passes. I just don't think the surface was there. Nobody's fault. It's just end of the night. Dude, them started setting in and all that. Right now, we have a lot of buy runs, stuff like that, because see, with the outlaw list, you can't, if you don't show up for two races, then you get kicked off. So there's not so many people that's like dedicated as me that's going to come out here and bust their butt in the garage for 100 hours a week and then go stay every night at 12 o'clock just to get their car back together. You know, there's certain people that's going to go through and say, well, I like going on that beach trip with my family, and they're going to choose the beach trip. There's certain people out here that has different stuff that goes on in their life, you know. Racing ain't as serious to some people as it is to others. Not nothing against them. I'm gonna be honest with you. This last weekend when we went bowling and all, I had a freaking blast. I said, I could lay off some racing a little bit more and come enjoy that. I see why people go do stuff like that, because it was a good time with the family. You know, we had James, we had Velasca, we had Xander, me, Caden, Damien, Nikki. We had the family. We had a good time, and I see why people go do stuff like that, because it is relaxing. I didn't worry about work. I didn't worry about nothing. I didn't worry about the race car. I didn't work on the race car. So I had a good time. But like I said, so you're going to see throughout for a few weeks, you're going to start seeing the people that are dedicated. They're going to get on up there to the front of the list because they show up every race and they race no matter what, while the other people fall off. So really, to me, it's a 10 list. It should never be a 20 car nothing. It should be a 10 list. Anything after 10 is you racing up. But I personally think that it should be anybody in the top 10. You have, if you miss 2 races, you're off. Unless you break and you take, because there's certain people here, you can't get parts right now. Right now, you know, you have a hard time. It's not always somebody's fault. You know what I mean? Some people want to race, but they got a special kind of this or that, and it takes them 6 months to get rings or bearings or whatever. You know, there's just always something else that Neil Marr and them, they waited on pistons for almost a year now. It ain't their fault. They got a bad motor ready to go together, but it took them forever to go through and get the parts for this thing. So they're there every race. They just don't have their car there, you know. But you'll see certain people that will go through, and I'm lucky that I race with junk, and there's a lot of it, so it's easy to go through and come by. So I can pack some crap together and make it to the next race. But like I said, you'll see people, you'll start seeing these buy runs get moved out. But I personally think it should be a 1 through 10. Anything 10 and later, if you don't show up, you should just automatically fall back to the back of the list. And that way it gets to people that actually want to show up and race. So if you show up and you're 17th and 5 people don't show up in front of you, that's 10 or later, you should automatically move up to 12, 11 or 12. You know what I mean? Because them other people, they shouldn't have 2 weeks on that, because you're not kind of as dedicated. You know what I mean? You're out on your boat. You're out here doing that. I mean, there's people out here that have surgeries. There's people out here that there's a lot of stuff, and it's nothing against nobody. There's people that want to race, but it just makes it hard to get a good group together that don't have issues, because we all got to work, we all got to make money, we all got other stuff going on. So it's hard to get that group together without having buy runs, because you got this person has this person's graduating, this person has that. There's a lot of stuff goes on. So bear with us. We'll get it by the end of the year. It'll be a tight group. Everything will tighten up. You'll get a solid 10 cars that are up. That's going to be racing every week in, week out. Once we get through this right here, this time of the year, every year is very hard because people go on vacation. There's a lot of stuff. Some people, their women lead them around. They go, hey, honey, I want to go buy purses. And they're like, well, let's go race. Let's go buy purses. And they're like, well, I guess it's purses. So they go to the mall and that kind of, you know, Nikki, she order her stuff online. She knows the deal. Racing over everything. Caden had exams. I said, son, let's call the school and see if we can get that postponed to the next day. Take your exam next day. Racing over everything in my family. It does not matter. But like I said, there's a good group of people. Love the outlaw stuff. Love all y'all. Appreciate y'all. This don't make me money, so I'm slack about making outros. I'm slack about making intros, Because YouTube, some months you'll do really well on it. You'll be like, okay. And then sometimes you'll be working your butt off and you won't be making nothing. And as I go through, and if I'm working a lot and putting together a lot of videos, but I ain't making no money off of it, then I ain't interested in making. I ain't interested in doing it if I ain't making no money. Which I don't make it anyway. It's just Nikki makes the money. But so like right now, normally I average $300 to $400 a month. That's average on YouTube what I make, which ain't bad for what I'm already doing. But when you're spending thousands of dollars to go racing, then it becomes something different. When I'm tearing up parts and I'm doing stuff, it just costs me money here or there, week in and week out. Yeah, it helps offset it because I want to go racing anyway, so it brings money back. But then it becomes a certain time to where you're like, heck, I'll just give Nikki the $200, you know what I mean? Like I noticed earlier, it was down to $200, and I'm like, heck, I'll just take $200 out of my pocket and give it to Nikki and just not record another video, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. It's supply and demand. And it's just like last week. So I put that video out. I said, the reason why I quit YouTube. Go look at the views on it. 3,000 views. I put a regular race night video, 1,200 views, 1,500 views. You know what I mean? Like, people tune in to see you quit or to see you lose. That's all there is to it. People, like, there's a group of people that go through and that are dedicated of y'all that'll show up every race. Y'all watch every one. Y'all are behind of it, and I appreciate y'all and I love y'all. But you throw something in your title and say, oh, well, this is the reason why I quit, or this is why I'm not doing this no more. People's going to tune in because people like to see people miserable. And that's just the way it is. People like to tune in and see people have a hard time, have issues. That's why people tune in. You know what I mean? When I pull up there to the fence, people line the fence. You know why? Because they don't know if my car's going to turn sideways, if it's going to wheelie, if it's going to backflip. They don't know what's going to go on with it. So you know what? They tune in. Some tune in because they're friends. Some of them tune in because they want to see me mess up. Just the way life is. But haters going to hate. Just the way life is. You know, it don't stop me. But like you said, at the end of the day, the YouTube stuff, if I'm not really making money on it, and this is like a second job, I can go get it. I can turn more wrenches and make a lot more money. That's just the way the world is. Like, these are hit and miss on videos. Some of them do okay, some of them don't. Really, the mechanic videos that I used to put out doing work on cars, that's the stuff that really makes the money on the YouTube. The how-to videos. I could just turn into how-to. I just like to share the racing. But at the end of the day, the racing don't make us money. The racing, we lose a lot of money by racing. That's the life. But we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We ain't going nowhere. I'm going to keep putting out videos as trashy as they are. And we love y'all. Thank you. Bye.